That e-boy, like skinny, slender looking guy walks into any masculine environment and gets no respect from the guys there. And he'll know this. You see, that guy's, he's not totally happy with this, even though it seems like, you know, he's recording these attractive TikToks where he does like this challenge and he does this stupid shit on TikTok. Nice. He's not totally happy with where he is. When you get out of those like early immature years of like teenage years and early 20s, you start realizing the kind of guys who do the best in life. Like literally the best. And I'm not just talking specifically about attracting women, but I'm talking literally these guys are doing the best. Who is it? It's not just the total like muscular chads. Because when you think of like a big muscular sort of meathead guy, that guy's usually not doing so well either, is he? He's working like a shitty construction job. He got a girl pregnant when he was 16. So there's like these two extremities that most guys think are the real answers. A lot of guys think it's like the skinny, like lean fuckboy look, the e-boy, young, you know, jawline, long hair. And a bunch of guys think it's more of like the big meathead, steroid, like huge guy. Neither of these guys are actually doing that well. The kind of man who's living the best life, who's also got the most options with women, is not just a guy who is a chad, who's attractive, who's muscular and stuff, but it is specifically the guy who is the chad who's attractive and everything. But he has this extra side which is intellectual. He's educated. He's actually smart. If you're more of like a feminine guy, younger guy, you're less successful, you're more of like a normal guy, you're probably quite heavily emotionally invested in not just your girlfriend, but maybe even just like a girl that you've got a crush on. You're so emotionally thinking about her all the time. You're so excited when she sends you a text message. Flip this around, and the more that someone else thinks about you, cares about you, feels things because of you, the more that they are obsessed with you. And there's 5 tricks, 5 things we can do to spike how much they are emotionally invested into you. Number 1, polarize. Polarize means to push people to the extremes of loving you or hating you. Too many guys are so soft and so weak that they'll keep people near the middle, that they don't want to offend anyone. The only way that you'll find who is real, the only way that you'll find people who really fuck with you is by pushing people to the extremes and like really showing almost quite extreme versions of your personality and your viewpoints. Because when you show those like extreme viewpoints that you have, that's when anyone else who's similar to that will be like, oh wow, I love that guy, I love his takes. Or some people will say, wait, I hate him. Either way, whether they love you or hate you, they're obsessed with you. Jeffrey has done it. He's finally acquired a girlfriend. Jeffrey has been waiting for this moment his whole life. This is the final pinnacle of self-improvements, right? Jessica's just sent Jeffrey a text. I'm hungry, pick me up some Oreos. Don't do it, Jeffrey. Oh. Adonis. Adonis is at work serving more customers in his business, and his phone vibrates. It's Anastasia, but Adonis doesn't even hear it. His phone isn't even on him. Once he's completed 2 90-minute deep work sessions, he goes to the gym first, and then he sees the text from Anastasia. He smiles. What a great woman. Ask yourself this question and really be honest. Are you ready for a relationship? If you are, then now is the time to really think about the character and the traits of the girl that you want to date. But you should also just take some time to think of the negative things that you don't want in a relationship. So here's 9 red flags that I can think of that you might just want to consider. Number 1, she doesn't believe in your work. A masculine man experiences freedom through his work. And when you get those things and you especially become more masculine, it becomes so important to have a feminine woman by your side who believes in your work. If you are with a girl right now who doesn't really care about the thing that you do, your work, your studies, that big goal that you have, you might not be that compatible. You want her to be your number 1 biggest fan. You want her to be your cheerleader. If she doesn't really care or take much of an interest in your work, you might just want to evaluate some things.
There's the total fucking losers, 95% of men, but then there's about 5% of men who know about mewing, who know about nofap, who know about semen retention, who know about not like dopamine detoxing and not wasting time online, who know about the exact protocols to maximize muscle in the gym, who know about making money online. There's like 5% of men who are total fucking killers, and these 5% of men are sleeping with everyone's future wives. And so if you're sat here with an anime profile picture, we know what percentage of men you're in.
This is controversial as fuck, but you want a girl who's obsessed with you. I'm gonna teach you some fucking truthful, like somewhat dark shit, but you want a girl who's obsessed with you, bro? Make her feel all the emotions possible. Make her cry. Make her happy. Excite her. Scare her. Make her feel any emotion possible. Disgust her. Make her angry. Make her so happy. Make her like so happy she cries. Take her through the full spectrum of emotions and she will be obsessed with you. You know what the issue is with the majority of young guys? They just keep a woman here. No, here. In this boring, depolarized, grey, androgynous zone of like, yeah, what you doing today? Oh, yeah. Boring. You've always kind of known this, haven't you? You've always known that the guy that the girl is fucking, sometimes he's a bit of an asshole towards her, isn't he? Sometimes, sometimes he's really nice, but sometimes he's an asshole and she's always crying about him. Then why is she still with him? Because women are attracted to the men who take them through the full spectrum of emotions. Oh, shut up, Jeffrey. Jeffrey thinks that he's better than you. But look at him and look at the way he lives. With his crusty computer chair and his hunched over posture, watching self-improvement videos. Does that sound like you? Posture check. He is certain that he is better than everyone else. He's arrogant, he's full of himself, but for no good reason. And then Jeffrey sees you celebrating your accomplishments. He sees your body transformation picture on Instagram. And Jeffrey's the kind of guy who leaves hate. You're celebrating an accomplishment that you worked hard for, and this motherfucker wants to bring you down. You might have friends like Jeffrey. Adonis is the pinnacle of man, the best man, the ultimate man, but he doesn't assume it. Adonis treats you as if you're as good or even better than he is. That makes you feel special, it makes you feel important. A strong brotherly connection is formed when someone treats you like that. Adonis aids his own growth by not comparing himself to others, and instead just comparing himself to how he used to be. He sees younger Adonis in his mind and he smiles with the level of progress that he's made. The reason why people might dislike you straight away, and you might not even realize this, you don't seem happy and you don't really smile. A lot of guys think that they're supposed to be this kind of Sigma male who's like proper serious, and I see these cringe videos pop up on YouTube where you're supposed to like be rejecting of other people and you're supposed to pretend like you don't care about them. Bro, I tried this, I'm telling you right now, right? This is what I used to do to try and impress women. If there was a girl that I wanted to hook up with, like, some cute girl in the gym or some shit, or she'd be walking past, instead of looking at her, holding eye contact and smiling and, going to speak to her, I would pretend I wasn't looking at her and just pull like this like fuckboy face, like looking away, like, I would be doing fucking cringe, bro. I would literally, like in the club, I see the girl that I really want to get, I just walk past her. Well, just look at people, bro. Look at someone, acknowledge their existence, and smile. For most of my life, I did absolutely nothing productive. When I was like 14 or 15 years old, I would finish high school and walk as fast as I could back home so that I could play RuneScape, which is like an online video game. I would play for literally just 1 hour a day because that's all I was allowed to play. And then I would spend the rest of the day just thinking about RuneScape. I wouldn't study, I wouldn't do my homework, I wouldn't learn an instrument, I wouldn't play sports, I wouldn't go to the gym, I wouldn't even read, I wouldn't do anything. I would literally just think about playing video games. You can probably build up a picture of what kind of guy I was in your mind. And then it should make you so curious to wonder how overnight I became the guy who just started going to the gym consistently. I had done nothing productive, nothing disciplined before this, and overnight I got into weightlifting. How did I manage that at age 17? I'm going to teach you the 5 most important life hacks that will motivate you to actually do hard things and feel like doing them. And the single best, the single most powerful motivator is right at the end of this video, so make sure you stay around. You've probably experienced life without motivation to do the hard things. Like you don't want to, you don't feel like doing that hard thing that you need to do, and it makes you so neurotic and anxious. It makes you just feel like shit when you know that there's some like disciplined work that will give you the rewards of life that you want, and you just don't do them because you don't feel like them. And if you compare that kind of life to the life that you feel motivated to do the hard work, like imagine if you literally felt like studying. Imagine if you were that guy who liked studying, like you did it for fun. Imagine you were that guy who went to the gym for fun. It was literally fun for you. You actually wanted to go and do these productive things. Life would be amazing. And if you're already on self-improvement, you might be wondering, but Hamza, it's not motivation, it's discipline that people need. And yeah, discipline is incredibly important, but motivation is an extra treat that we'd like to have. Motivation is the feeling of wanting to do something, and discipline is the skill of doing that thing even if you don't feel like it. Discipline is what we need, but motivation is what we want. So let's go over the 5 hacks that will deeply motivate you. And number 1, make it easy. Put it in front of you. Do you want to know the single greatest way to drink more water? As long as your water is in your sight and it feels easy to get to, you'll find that you'll naturally just take it and start sipping it. The fastest life hack that you can implement is just to put the thing that you want to do in your face. You want to drink more water? Put the water bottle in front of you. You want to work on that particular document? Keep that document open on your PC. There was a study showing the proof of this life hack, and the study showed the effect of what was visible in people's kitchens. This is so interesting. People who had fruits and vegetables visible in their kitchen ended up losing weight seemingly automatically, whereas people who had unhealthy shit like cereal visible in their kitchen seemingly just seemed to gain weight. And why do you think that is? Because if that unhealthy food is just in your face, every time you go into the kitchen, you're more likely to eat it. My dad banned me from playing video games when I was quite young, like 10 years old. But of course, being a young boy who didn't know he was addicted to video games, I found a way. Me and my brother would set an alarm, and this was like before mobile phones. You didn't have alarms. You had like the literal like physical clock. Set an alarm early, like 5:30, 6 a.m. before everyone woke up. We'd silently go down with we literally had walkie-talkies. Silently go down the stairs and take turns being able to play for like 10, 20, 30 minutes whilst the other one of us would look out for our parents. I remember the rush and the anxiety I would feel when we thought our parents had woken up and we'd quickly turn it off. One time I was too slow. My dad walks towards me. This was cringe. I'm sure he must have known what I was doing, but I put my hands over the monitor and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I've been writing a letter. Some shit I said like that. I've been writing a letter and you can't see it's not ready yet. And he just gave me like an, oh, okay.